This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 2 hospitalized after car crashes into parked truck in Clarendon. 2 people have been hospitalized after a car they were traveling in crashed into a parked truck on the toll gate main road in Clarendon. Reports are that around midday, the 2 individuals were traveling in a Mazda motor car towards Meepen when the vehicle collided with the truck, which was parked on the left side of the road. The 2 occupants of the car were rushed to the hospital. Their conditions are not known at this time. Shock and grief after Jamaican gunned down in Trinidad. Police investigators in Trinidad are continuing their search for a lone gunman who shot and killed a Jamaican man along Broadway in Port of Spain on Monday night. Dead is 34-year-old Garth Perkins, a past student of St. Jago High School in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, and the University of the West Indies. At the time of his death, Perkins was employed as an event manager at Estate 101, a private social members club in the center of Trinidad and Tobago's vibrant social life. According to reports from Trinidad's Guardian newspaper, Perkins was approached by a gunman about 7:30 p.m. Monday. The Jamaican attempted to flee from the hoodlum but was shot several times. He later collapsed on the roadway next to his car, where he reportedly died at the scene. The gunman later ran from the scene, the report said. The news of Perkins' tragic death has washed the social media site Facebook with several tributes, many remembering him as a humble and well-respected person. His employer, Estate 101, posted on its Facebook page that Mr. Perkins was loved and respected by his colleagues and our clients and will be missed dearly. The company added, "May his soul find peace, and may his family and friends find comfort during this difficult time. We miss you, Garth." Donnelly Allen, a friend of the deceased, wrote on Facebook that it was difficult to find words as she could not believe Perkins was gone. "Garth Perkins, you were a brother to me. We shared a love for tourism, which we bonded over in Converse. In my mind, I am envisioning you with that broken leg. I know you're resting in heaven. R.I.P. Busha," she wrote. Another friend of Perkins, Ray Nathaniel, shared, "Those who knew you are deeply grieved today. You have left a big void in the hearts of everyone whose life you touched, and there are so many. God give his family and friends the peace and the comfort they need to get through this difficult time. Garth, you will be missed," he added. Perkins also worked at Hyatt Regency Trinidad as an event coordinator prior to his employment at Estate 101, according to his Facebook page. MP seeks to ensure employees working from home benefit from workplace insurance policies. There's a looming concern that Jamaicans working from home because of the COVID-19 threat might not be able to benefit from workplace insurance policies. The matter was brought to public attention on Tuesday by opposition MP Fitz Jackson, who moved a related motion in the House of Representatives. Mr. Jackson said while employers are required to provide liability insurance for their staff, many of these workers are now doing their jobs from home and could be excluded from coverage. He wants a parliamentary committee to examine and report on the issue. Mr. Jackson wants the report from the committee to be submitted within 90 days.
Be it resolved that this motion be referred to a special select committee of this House to examine the existing legislative provisions for liability insurance covering employees in both public and private employment, and submit a report to the House of Representatives, making recommendations where necessary and appropriate to ameliorate all identified deficiencies when carrying out their job duties from their homes or other such places as may be determined by their employers.
Transport Ministry under fire over vehicles sent to CMU. The Ministry of Transport and Mining is coming under fire for not being able to account for 4 of 15 vehicles reportedly sent to the Caribbean Maritime University under an arrangement for servicing and repairs as part of the tertiary institution's training program. Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis has urged officials at the ministry to take urgent steps to update its motor vehicle management and monitoring system to properly account for vehicles under its portfolio. The country's guardian of public expenditure said that the Transport Ministry's failure to obtain the required approval and to maintain appropriate information, including the condition and the date when the 15 vehicles were sent to CMU, demonstrates the absence of a proper system of control over public property to safeguard assets under its stewardship. In her annual report that was tabled in Parliament on Tuesday, the Auditor General said that 7 of the vehicles were still at the CMU, but not in working condition. At the time of the audit in November 2021, 2 vehicles were currently in use at the CMU. The remaining 2 were returned to MTM, but were not in working condition at the time of the audit. The ministry did not keep a record of the time or condition in which the vehicles were returned. Monroe Ellis pointed out that the government's asset management policy requires the approval of the Financial Secretary for the transfer and the loan of assets. However, the Auditor General found no evidence of the Ministry of Finance's approval authorizing the transfers of the motor vehicles to the CMU or loaned to the Jamaica Urban Transport Company. The Auditor General said that improper record keeping and the failure of the ministry to proactively manage the vehicles under its control may have resulted in the poor administration of another 10 vehicles, one of which cannot be located. She said that another vehicle loaned to the JUTC was scrapped of the steering wheel, front seat, engine, and electrical parts. The other 7 vehicles have been out of commission for the protracted periods. Monroe Ellis said that the weaknesses in the motor vehicle management system may have resulted in significant deterioration and the loss of government assets. As such, she said that the responsible officers may become subject to surcharge proceedings. Teen girl and a man killed in St. James. Detectives from the St. James Police and the Major Investigations Division are combing a scene at a home in Roehampton District for clues in the shooting death of a 15-year-old girl and a 25-year-old man early this morning. It is reported that Tonian Reed and Oisin Spence, otherwise called Private, were asleep in bed when men armed with high-powered guns kicked open a back door to the house. The men then entered the house and sprayed Reed and Spence, who were said to be in a relationship, with bullets killing them on the spot. The attackers then fled. Cops at the scene indicated that Spence had been under the police's radar for some time, noting that he had been picked up for questioning on numerous occasions. Tourism workers' pension scheme officially launched. Having the potential to become the largest pension plan in Jamaica, the long-awaited Tourism Workers Pension Scheme was officially launched this morning at the Montego Bay Convention Center in St. James. The multi-billion-dollar project, administered by 2 major insurance companies in the country, Guardian Life, the administrator, and Sagicor, the investment manager, is targeting some 360 tourism workers. The government will pump $1 billion into what the scheme's chairman, Ryan Parks, has tagged as a monumental achievement. In his address, Parks, while lauding tourism workers, said they must be given the opportunity to reap the rewards of their hard work and creativity in their retirement years. He urged every eligible tourism stakeholder not to miss the opportunity to join the pension scheme. Retirement saving is tax-free and is designed to safeguard a more secure retirement for yourself and your families, Parks said. His comments were bolstered by Guardian's president Eric Hussin, who described the scheme as a major game changer. This scheme is going to revolutionize not just the workers, but the society and their communities, and everyone in Jamaica is going to be impacted by this. He told the gathering, which included Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett, his permanent secretary Jennifer Griffiths, and the scheme's trustees. The pension scheme, he said, represents a symbol of hope by promising tourism workers who are currently not a part of an approved superannuation fund or approved retirement scheme financial security during retirement. This scheme brings a sense of peace of mind knowing that you and your loved ones no longer have to worry about how you will make ends meet after you have retired. Kingston woman missing. We need your help to urgently find 26-year-old Chantel Blake McCullough of Ligoni Music, Kingston 6, who has been missing since Thursday, January 6. She is of dark complexion, stout build, and about 173 centimeters or 5 feet 8 inches tall. Reports from the Matilda's Corner Police are that Blake McCullough was last seen in Old Harbor, St. Catherine, about 11 a.m. She was wearing a multicolored blouse and dark blue jeans. All efforts to contact her have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Chantel Blake McCullough is asked to contact the Matilda's Corner Police at 876-978-6003, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.